What's up, brand builder? Stephen Hurahan here at BrandMasterAcademy.com, and in this video you're going to learn how to develop business systems for your agency so you can build a business that runs like a well-oiled machine, whether you're there or not, and ultimately increase output and revenue. Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to build brands that go beyond the visuals using strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to fast track your results, make sure you grab the Pro Brand Strategy Blueprint. It's a free download and the link is in the description. Now, when someone starts a business for the first time, it's really just about survival. They want to replace the salary that they had in their previous job before they started their business and prove to themselves they can actually survive in their market. But over time, it starts to become a little bit clear that they don't actually have a business. They just have a job. They've created a job for themselves. And in fact, they don't even have the security blanket that a job gives them. They don't have that holiday pay or sick pay or that check that comes in every single month. Now, for the unlucky ones, they don't survive long enough and they go back to employed life. For the lucky ones, if they survive long enough, they realize that if they actually want to build a business, then they need to build systems around that business. So why create business systems? Well, there are two main reasons that you would do that. The first is efficiency and productivity. Now, if you don't have systems in place, then the tasks that you do within your business are not based off systems. They're based mostly on intuition. You don't have a clearly defined system that you follow each and every time. So jumping from one task to the next takes longer than it would do if you had a system. If you have people helping you within the business, chances are they don't have the intuition that you have. And when it comes to jumping from one task to the next, it takes a lot longer. They might have to ask a lot of questions as they go along. So having those systems in place means that it takes less time to do each and every task. It's more clear what each and every task needs to achieve and how to achieve it. And everything just becomes a lot more efficient and there's a lot more output and productivity from your work. The second reason is growth and expansion. Now, if you're doing all of the tasks in your job, then it becomes very difficult to focus on the growth and expansion of your business. If you don't have systems in place and you do want to bring somebody in to help you, it's very difficult to show them exactly what they need to do and how they need to do it. If, on the other hand, you're able to hand over a system to somebody coming in to help you, it becomes very easy for them to take that task off your hand. Every task that you alleviate, every task that you get off your desk gives you more time to spend on growing and expanding your business. So having those systems in place makes it very easy to bring people in to help you, to take the tasks off your desk, buy you more time to turn and focus on growing and expanding your business. So when do you need to create business systems? Well, there are three questions that you need to ask. And if the answer is yes to any one of these questions, then your task needs a system. The first question is this task repetitive? Now, if you have repetitive tasks within your business, and chances are that is most of the tasks within your business, then it's a lot more efficient to be able to jump from one job to the next or one task to the next if you are following simple systems. If you don't have those systems, then you're working off intuition. There's a lot of scope for you to lose time on every single task by not having those systems in place, not following the right steps one after the next. So if the task is repetitive within your business, then it needs a system. The second question is, can somebody else execute this task? If somebody else is able to execute the task, if it does not need to be the business owner, then a system should be created around that. Now, sometimes there are tasks within the business and it just needs the business owner there. And even those tasks can eventually be let go. They can have systems around them, or the business owner can bring somebody in to help them with those tasks initially and then to eventually let those tasks go. But if somebody else within the business can execute that task, if you put a business system in place, it becomes very easy to get somebody in to help you. And the third question is, are there more than 3 steps within this task? Now, sometimes there are tasks that are just done instantaneously. It takes less than a couple of minutes, and chances are those tasks change time and again. So I wouldn't bother with tasks that have such small steps within them. If your task has more than 3 steps, then you need to look at whether or not it needs a business system in place. If it has less than 3 steps, I wouldn't worry about it. More than 3 steps, have a look at creating a business system. So where should you create systems within your business? Well, of course, every business is different, so every business might need different systems in different areas. But there are 5 core areas that every business should look at when it comes to developing systems. Number 1 is marketing. Now, marketing is a pretty broad category, and depending on your strategy, you might have a lot of different systems in there. You might be creating content, you might have content marketing systems, you might be on social media, you might have systems around how you produce your posts, how you engage with your audience. You might have SEO. How do you go about producing backlinks, or how do you optimize your blog posts? And you might also have paid ads as well. How do you go about producing the creative and the copy for those paid ads, and how do those ads get optimized? You also have sales systems. So when somebody comes into your world, when you start to generate that traffic and generate those leads, how exactly do you follow up with those leads? Do you have cold calls or client calls that you have a structure for? Do you have a discovery session, and do you send content or do you send questionnaires to your clients through that discovery session? Do you have a follow-up email sequence? Every single one of these areas are an area that you can create systems around to make it easy to follow. Next, you have your onboarding. So what are the systems around your onboarding emails? What are the systems around your contracts, your documents that need to be sent and received, and any kind of client liaison? Next, you have delivery and fulfillment. So what are the systems around your client brief, around your workshops, around your brand development process, around your design process, and then the handover and any kind of follow-up communication? And of course, support and administration. What are the systems that you can put in place for your customer support, for your technical support, and all the administrative work that needs to go on in the background to make your business tick? Now, this might seem like a lot of work, and it is. And that is exactly why you need to create systems around it. Now, you're doing this work already. It's just a case of capturing that work and documenting it. And that takes us on to the next section. So how do you create business systems? Well, I'm not talking about creating overly corporate 50-page documents for every single task. It's a lot easier than that, and I've got a few steps that you can follow to do it efficiently. Number 1, screen capture. So what you want to do is you want to capture your screen as you're doing your task. Now, you want to run some commentary as you're doing this, so you want to talk about the task that you're doing and the individual steps that you're taking along that task and why you're taking those steps. You might also think about what else the person doing these tasks and doing these steps might need to consider as they're doing them. Number 2, validate and optimize. So what you want to do is you want to pass on your screen recording of that task to somebody who has not done this task within your business before. Now, if that person is able to follow along step by step and is able to complete the task and produce the output and understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, then that is a system that actually works. Now, if there are any holes or gaps within the system and that person has questions, that's where you need to go back and optimize that video and answer those questions. Once they're able to go through from start to finish and complete that task, then you have a system in place. Number 3, organize your systems. Now, these screen captures and these tasks that you're recording, these become the library that are the nuts and bolts behind your business. Now, what you want to do is you want to categorize these tasks and make them very, very easy to find so that anybody within the business looking for that particular task or how to do that particular task can find it easily. So you want to create a series of folders that are broken down into categories and subcategories. So you might have a category for marketing, and within the marketing folder, you have a category for email marketing. Now, anybody wanting to know about email marketing can go into that folder and watch the videos within that folder to learn about the systems within your business for email marketing. Now, the more time you take to think about the tasks within your business, the more you can optimize those tasks and make them more efficient. Documenting those tasks is the first step to letting go. And the more tasks you let go of, the more time you free up to focus on the growth and expansion of your business. Speaking of expansion, if you want to learn 15 tips on how to get more clients so you can grow and expand your agency, well then this video will help you out. Until next time, brand like a master, and I'll see you in the next video.